Welcome back. It's good to have you. I'm happy to lead you today on a Thanksgiving reflection that's perhaps a little different from any that you've been used to in the past. In 2008, the night before Thanksgiving, as my family sat here in New York, I was in Mumbai at the Intercontinental Hotel, sitting on the roof having a cocktail, when I heard a loud bang, a huge bang. And though most of us assumed that it had been a truck that had backfired or perhaps a gas main that had ruptured, when we heard the second explosion, which rattled the building that we were in, shook it, much like an earthquake, then we all knew that something much more sinister was at play. And of course, as all of you recall, that was the night of the huge terror attack on Mumbai, a thriving, exciting city of 14 million people, which was literally brought to a standstill. The Intercontinental Hotel where I was staying on Marine Drive was less than half a mile away from the Taj Hotel, and it virtually went into lockdown. I was stuck in the room for the next 2 days. Couldn't go anyplace. There was no traffic. There were no taxis. There was a tank parked at the front door of the hotel. And I had a lot of time to think. And most of my thinking was about Thanksgiving, the holiday, and Thanksgiving, the concept. So without further ado, I'd like to read you the words that I wrote on a few sheets of paper that day, and which I have carried around with me ever since. Dear God, I know that Thanksgiving is not about food and drink, but about justice, peace, and forgiveness, and these three equal love. As your apostle St. Paul wrote, let us make it our aim to work for peace and strengthen one another in love. You are love, O Lord, and whoever seeks love seeks you. Whoever seeks you seeks love. Whoever dwells in love dwells in you. It really is that simple, Lord. Heaven is already here, part of us, if only we wish to be there with you. It is there for the taking, your free gift to us. Thank you for giving me a heart that beats, a mind that reflects, and a soul that seeks love. Thank you for enlightening me every minute of every day, even when I resist your inspiration and look the other way. Thank you for not abandoning me when I choose to be selfish, mean, petty, uncaring, narcissistic, or arrogant, and for accompanying me through every single storm of my own making, no matter how many of them there are. Thank you for the gift of forgiveness and for the even greater gift of being able to forgive others. Thank you for making me see that pain and suffering are as unavoidable as the rain. Because we are mortal, and our mortal actions have consequences, and if we are ever to progress and develop as spiritual beings and live in love, we must do so because we choose to do so, not because you mandate that we do so. The goal is for love to be inscribed on our hearts, as your prophet Jeremiah wrote, not in a code of law. Thank you for giving me the capacity to look back at the most hurtful thing that anyone has ever done to me and forgive that person and pray for him or her to grow in your love and to prosper. Because of what advantage is it, O Lord, to pray only for one's friends, family, and allies? Thank you for giving me ears to listen to others and hear even their unspoken cries for help. Thank you for inspiring me to spend 15 minutes every evening before bedtime, thinking about everyone in the world who impacted me, for good or ill, and praying for them. Thank you for pestering me ceaselessly when I choose to ignore you and your divine plan, and for letting me come to my senses because you, beloved Lord, simply will not take no for an answer to your invitation to join you in heaven. Give me the courage to imitate you and say yes to every experience that presents itself, to affirm life and not to negate it. Thank you for reminding me whenever I forget that no person in our small, challenging world is a natural predator. No child is a stranger, no man or woman is foreign, because in your home there can be no division. For we all have sinned and fallen short of your glory, and we remain nonetheless joined inextricably to you and to one another in an unbreakable bond of love that knows no limits except those that we ourselves impose. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me say these words and think them and feel them every hour of every day of every year for the rest of my life. Dear Lord, I have come full circle. I recognize that I am fully reliant and dependent on you and your grace for my life. By myself, I can do nothing.